right, guys. We're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome back, everybody. Monday night special radio show, taking your calls from around the world. And you know what? There's some weird things. I'm going to put a link into the chat line right now. I want everybody to take a look at this photograph coming in off Stills. This is going to be the first time I'm going to be sharing links on our radio show so everybody could look at this in real time with us. And take a look at this photograph. Apparently, this was submitted to us via our Facebook, and this was coming in while people were waiting for Clinton to give her last speech. This is right before the election results. This is a few days late, but man, this image is blowing me away. They're coming in from different television sources. So whatever we're looking at right now are coming in from two different networks. The submitter wants to know, do you know what this is? Anybody have any idea? That's it's weird because what I'm looking at, it almost looks like the Grim Reaper is right there, standing in the middle of the press room. The media is there. They seem oblivious to whatever this thing is. If anybody could capture video of this event, Clinton's last speech right before the campaign, I want to see if we could narrow down whatever this anomaly, this creepy, scary thing is right in the middle of the press room. Wow, this is pretty interesting and spooky to me. I want to get your people's thoughts below in the comments because I want to share this to you right now at Third Phase Moon. What's going on over there? What is this? Very, very interesting. Now, let's get to this next video. We got a lot of callers going to be calling in tonight, but before we get to the callers, I wanted to share with you this incredible video of what looks to be an airplane chasing some kind of UFO over Letchworth. 2016, this was captured. And the person that captured this, his name is, let's see. His name is Ben, and he's wanting to get the opinions of the people of what he captured. Take a look at this link, guys. Take a look at this link, and you tell me. It looks like a little Cessna airplane is tracking or chasing some kind of UFO. Look at this video. Look at this video, and you tell me what it is, because he claims that this is real. There's no Photoshop of any kind. He says it looks like it was a small triangular craft, and it's moving very fast. He says the plane was chasing it. It was matching its speed and direction. This is 100% real, and he cannot believe what he captured on video. Take a look at this video. He says I've seen all sorts of things flying around, but nothing like this. He filmed this with his HTC M9 camera. There's some kind of pixelation going on. It is the quality is a little low, but you definitely could make out something that's very bizarre, very bizarre. So what was captured by Ben? Well, this is a big mystery to me, because I'd like to ask the pilot what he witnessed while in a hot pursuit of this alien craft, moving pretty much at the same speed as the Cessna. Now, let's get to this. Another video coming in. We got so many videos, so much information coming in right here at Third Phase Moon. I want to show you what Dolly Safran captured just last night during the supermoon. The supermoon. Millions of people had their eyes on the skies, and Dolly captured this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. I'm going to be putting it in the link below. And she is stunned. She's stunned. She doesn't know what she captured. Her friends and Dolly were there, and they're witnessing this with their naked eye. Listen.
What the hell?
Maybe it's a plane?
No, Donna.
Well, I can't see it.
My camera sees it much better than it's big. What the hell? Huh.
Wow. Okay. So, what did Dolly capture? Wow, it's boggling. It's not like a lens refraction, in my opinion. It's not. You could see the camera. There's a little glare, lens flare moving in erratic positions while she moves the camera erratically. But this thing next to the moon is stationary. Some people might say this could be planet Nibiru. I'm not exactly sure, but it definitely looks big, and they can explain what they're witnessing, what they filmed. So the link is there. Everybody, take a look at the links that I just applied, and it is quite amazing. What's going on right now? It's a big question. It is Monday night, Third Phase Moon Radio. So everybody stand by. This is Blake Cousins. We are live. So we're going to be getting 2 calls. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. We'll be right back, everybody. Stand by. Welcome back, everybody. It is really busy right here at Third Phase Moon. I just shared incredible evidence to you, 3 different submissions coming in within a few hours right here at Third Phase Moon, and we got a lot more. So I'm going to have to end this radio show a little short tonight. We're going to be getting to some calls, but let me tell you, I got so much material coming in, so much UFO evidence. I want to share it to you, the people, to the world. So I'm going to edit this, get it up to you with incredible videos. Wait till you see what's coming up right here at Third Phase Moon. But right now, it is Monday night, and we will be taking calls from the public. So let's bring them in. And if you want to get to the top of the phone line, so I get to you first, go ahead and press number 1 on your pad, and you'll be bumped up to the top. So we know that you want to share something right now to the world. So, what was captured all over the world? Well, that is a big question. What did we just see tonight? Leave your comments below. Now, let's get to the first caller right now. We're live, and let's bring in area code 602. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Are you talking to me?
Yep. How you doing? Where are you calling in from, sir? What's your name?
My name is Glenn Fisher. I'm in Pennsylvania, Allentown, right. Pennsylvania.
All right, Glenn. Hey, welcome. Welcome to this Monday night live radio show. We just showed some links on our show that we're going to be sharing to the world. It's great that people are able to... Go ahead.
I seen something when I was looking at the moon this morning, early this morning. And
great.
It didn't come out when I took a picture, though. But I thought my eyes were playing tricks, and I thought, well, I don't know if that's my eyes or what was going on, but it was like a sliver. It was like I don't know, like an object right at the bottom of the moon from where I was standing. But like I said, it didn't come out in the picture, and that wasn't why I was calling. You just happened to mention that.
Gotcha. All right, so right on. You're from Pennsylvania. So what compelled you to call in tonight? What do you want to share with the world tonight?
Well, I was listening last week, and somebody talked about a blue flame. And I've seen a lot of things in my whole life. I'm 59 years old. 35 years of my life was spent in Phoenix, where I've seen a majority of objects and experiences with visitations. When I was younger, I was laying in bed. This was in like 1979. And all of a sudden I woke up, and there were 2 figures at the foot of my bed. And they were in hoods, and they were humanoid, and one was looking at the other one to the right, and my whole room was lit up, and this being that was on my right was looking right at me, and he was glowing bright blue, and he had a beard, and I like shot up in my bed, like what the hell? And then he raised his hand, and I just melted back in my bed, which I was all warm all over, and it was really a beautiful feeling. And then when I woke up hours later, I was like scouring the floor for evidence, you know what I mean? Story doesn't end there because like about 4 years later, I was reading a book. It was called Incident at Allagash. I don't know if you've ever heard of that book. But it was a UFO experience with some fishermen, and they were abducted, you know, through hypnosis. They found this out. And I think Bud Hopkins was the one that did the hypnosis on these guys. And there's a lot of evidence where abductions happen throughout generations of families. So as an experiment, he wanted to talk to, there was a pair of twins, and he wanted to talk to their parents and put them under hypnosis to see if they ever experienced anything.
Sure.
And when they gave their hypnosis, under hypnosis, they said, and they were from Pennsylvania too, and they said they woke up one time and there were two figures at the foot of their bed, and one of them was glowing. I almost threw the book across the room when I read that. I couldn't believe it. And I keep a journal, and I showed my daughter the journal, and she said, yeah, you showed me this before. I said, well, read this paragraph here in this book. And she said, oh, my God, Dad, that's the exact same thing. And I keep seeing blue. You know, like one time, not to go into detail, but I made love to my wife, and she was glowing blue when we were done. I looked at her and said, I don't know if I just got you pregnant or what, but you're glowing blue, bright blue. And like about 3 or 4 months later, she had a miscarriage. And then 2 years ago, I was living in Phoenix, where honest to God, I've seen so many UFOs in Phoenix. One traumatic one was like right above me and hovered there for about 3 or 4 minutes. And it felt personal, like it was actually talking to me. And I was holding on to the fence, and I'm never afraid of these things, but this time I was. And I was holding on to the fence, and I said, I'm not ready, you know, because I felt like they were asking me, did I want to meet them? And I don't know why like I said, I'm never afraid. I don't know why I was so afraid. But I said, I'm not ready.
Sure.
But 2 years ago, I come out of my house in Phoenix, and I turn my head, and there's this guy, bright blue, like about 10 feet to the right of me, and he looks like he's having trouble walking, you know, like he's stretching his legs out real far. It looks like he's having trouble walking. It was so weird, but he was bright blue, and he turned his head, and he looked at me and kind of gave me a look like, you see me. You know, it was kind of like, that's the feeling I got anyway. Like he was saying, you know I'm here, or something like that. And with that, he like flew into the garage of my neighbor's house. And I walked over there, and I mean, he went in there real fast. No, you know, faster than a normal person can like run in there. Anyway, I quickly went over there, and my 2 neighbors are sitting in there drinking a beer. This is going to sound crazy. And I said, did somebody just come in your garage? And they're like, no. And they said, why? And I told them, and, you know, they thought I was crazy. And ironically, like about 2 weeks before that, they were walking into their yard, into their gate by their yard, and there was a person with them. And later on, I asked, who was over at your house? Was that your son? And they said, there was nobody there. And I said, no, there was a guy right behind you. And they said, no, there was nobody there. I've got a million stories, and I was going to write a book, you know, about it. And I've reported to MUFON like about 4 times, and I got to the point I'm like, they're going to say this guy's nuts, or why does he keep doing this? You know.
Wow, Glenn. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You know what?
Right.
Yeah. Wow, Glenn. What you're telling us tonight is you're not crazy. I'm not sure about reporting to MUFON. Those guys, they've been infiltrated, but they might be on the rebound now and doing what they should be doing. But maybe it's because of all the people demanding that they change. Because we at Third Phase Moon were putting it out there pretty strongly that the source over there at MUFON was infiltrated with the information getting out and what was being, how they dealt with it. Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear any response back from MUFON? Did they do any follow-ups?
Well, they did. When I reported my last one, where it was a very close experience, my brother was on the phone with me at the time when I was having this encounter, and my brother was so scared by what I was saying, he hung up. But anyway, when I made my report to MUFON, they called me back the next day, and they wanted my brother's phone number to verify things. And I had asked them, I said, did anybody else report this? I said, because this thing was so bright, you couldn't even look at it. It was so bright. And I had trouble describing the size, and because it was just so hard to look at it. It was like a welder's, art. And I said, did anybody see this? And they said, yeah, there were 11 other reports, And it was on a Black Friday.
Well, there you go. There was a confirmation. There was 11 other reports. So whatever happened, whatever you witnessed is you weren't alone witnessing this, and it sounds quite amazing, whatever it was. Well, Glenn, I appreciate you calling in, and keep in touch with Third Phase Moon. I got a feeling you're going to be having more experiences. This is how these things roll. Usually, once you see something, you experience something.
I've had a few since then. Yeah. I've had a few since.
Wow. So when was the last time you've had an experience?
Oh,
are they visiting you?
A few months ago. Yeah, like right in front of me. And I was telling a neighbor of mine, about this, that I see these things. And I was sitting outside. There's a bench in front of where I live, and I was sitting there looking at it. And it was just hovering there with a big sphere, not moving. And she came out and she says, are your friends here? And she's joking. I said, yeah, there's one right there. And she looked and she couldn't believe her eyes. And I don't know if it knows that we're looking or what, but after she started going away, it started moving slowly to the south. And then I've seen another one that it was gold. And it went so fast across the sky, and it had a blinking red light. I mean, real fast. It could not be a plane or a helicopter or anything like that. And there was no sound, but it went across the sky so fast. And normally I would say it might be space junk or something, but the red strobe that it had on it just gave it away. It was something else. But I've seen at least 20, 25 different sightings, especially in Phoenix,
there's so much that sounds like Glenn is a pretty lucky kind of guy, a magnet for UFOs, in my opinion. Over 24 UFO sightings in his life. It seems like he's having encounters close, very close. So this is what it's all about. Wow, Glenn, thanks for calling in. We got other callers that I got to get to, but appreciate it. No, it's okay. Just have your camera ready. I want to see some of these, see some of this stuff. All right, Glenn, get a camera. Get a camera.
You bet. Bye.
Wow, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Thanks for calling in. You know what? We got time for one more caller, I think. But everybody, stand by. We'll be right back.
objects, origin unknown.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, Third Phase Moon, broadcasting live, and like I said, there's so many videos coming in. I got to get to work, get that out to our YouTube channel, Third Phase of Moon, the most watched YouTube channel in regards to the UFO phenomena. Don't let the subscribers or whatever, people got a lot of subscribers out there, but we're the number one most watched, number one most viewed in regards to this, and I think we have more submissions than anybody all put together on YouTube, any network out there. Thousands, tens of thousands of videos coming in right here at Third Phase Moon over the years. So quite extraordinary. Let's get to our last caller coming in. F1.
Yeah, I was just curious. Is this only a half hour tonight?
Yeah. I got so much on my plate. I let everybody know I got to get busy. I got to put this, an extraordinary amount of UFO videos coming in.
One question that I have that you got my curiosity, and I looked and I couldn't find anything. But where, and has it been validated that this image of like a Grim Reaper looking person was with Hillary in the press room?
Absolutely. Two different angles. I'm going to be sharing that tonight on Third Phase Moon. That's one of the submissions I want to share to the world, and it's scary. I don't know. Did you see the photograph, F1?
No, I looked all over, but one thing, I'm just going to assume from what I do know, and it's so funny that none of this information ever really was broadcasted so that people could know. I mean, Trump didn't say anything about it. I'm just curious about why it was never, ever brought up that Hillary has been going to witches' meetings in Los Angeles for years, and they're all Luciferian type of witches that practice very similar rituals that they hold that they hold at the Grove and Masonic, and it's just strange that none of that came out. But what I'm thinking is this: I have witnessed in other things before, and my wife had a brother that was possessed before, but when you give yourself and you open portals, there is a dark side. I don't care what the frick people think, but you can summon the devil, and it's real. And I'm wondering if during all of these rituals, he kind of came to her like as protection to let her know, don't worry, you might have lost this little battle, but I'm here for the long run to support you in the war and as some sort of consolation. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, sure, it does. It does, F1, and it's so good that you basically took the words out of my mouth, and people are totally agreeing with you that Hillary has been doing things that are strange, indeed. And I'm not going to say what you just said, but everybody just heard what you just said. So that's what's incredible. And this image coming in from two different sources, basically it's from her last speech she did before she found out that she lost. So if anybody could help me out, we're going to be putting up the photographs coming in from two different sources. I think one of them's MSNBC. And this was a screen grab off the computer screen because this was happening live. So the guy just goes, what's this thing going in the middle of the press conference? And it's freaky. It's freaky, F1. I want you to take a look at that and Wow. Join us this Friday. Join us this Friday to maybe chime in more on this. But this thing looks like it has horns on it. And I tried to do some brightness contrast or whatever. I don't know what it is. That's why we're trying to get it out to the public. Why would they even be doing this? It's so weird. It doesn't seem like it's costume at all. It just seems, and it seems like the press isn't even aware of whatever this thing is. But it was there.
Right.
And what it is.
Right. Yeah, right. Kind of like Glenn. I thought Glenn was, first of all, just to make a quick analysis, Glenn was very calm. He sounded like he was in his mid to late 50s.
Absolutely.
He wasn't quirky, and when you talk about manifestations, I think actually his was a good manifestation. But when Hillary has done what she's done to children, it's funny that she started a children's type of crusade because it's almost like she's trying to make up for all the evil that she's done. But then if anyone wants to check, just go on the net and go ahead and ask for Hillary and Luciferian witches meetings and how long it's been going on. And one of her advisors said, you got to quit doing this because it's going to come out and it's going to get discovered. And she was fearless, absolutely fearless. And it's weird, but during her Halloween party, there was a lot of weird stuff going on as far as, I don't know if it was live people or a sacrifice, but there was a bloody corpse in a box, and there's photos, and it's real. And she's been doing this for ever and ever and ever and ever. And I want people to also look up Chantilly Express to verify how nasty these people were.
Wow. Got you, F1. Appreciate it. Everybody do their research. This is Third Phase Moon Radio, and we're gonna be back this Friday. It's gonna be starting at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The daylight savings has kicked in, so remember, it's 1 hour earlier. Third Phase Moon Radio. Join us this Friday for it, and it's going to be incredible. F1's going to be here with us as well, and stay tuned to Third Phase Moon on our YouTube channel. So many UFO videos coming in. It's blowing me away and everybody here at Third Phase Moon, and you will be too. So stay tuned there. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Get your cameras ready. We're not alone. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.